Yeah, okay, mate. Very quickly, Uma. I know sometimes you don't like a video. It's almost as easy for me to make a video sometimes if there's, if there's a bit of analysis in it. It's harder to explain with words and stuff. Sometimes, not always. Of course, sometimes depends on the situation. Now, this is, it's still red on the 3 month. It is into a very, very important level because there's a bullish. Well, it is a bullish 3 month stop hunt, but bullish stop hunts here are more risky than other types of stop hunts. Like, for example, the start of a new quarter when you get a bullish stop hunt is the best type of stop hunts. This is a stop hunt that has taken all quarter to drop down and give you that stop hunt opportunity. But now it has to try and bounce and fight all the bears to recover into the end of the quarter, which it has 28 days left to do. So if it gets a good bounce into the end of the quarter, well, maybe then on a new month, next quarter is what I'm trying to say, it might then continue to the upside. But as you can see here, it's got a lot of work to do. But you can buy this right now in theory with tight stops below this stop hunt level. So we need to break it down and go into smaller time frames to try and find that, to see if it is holding or can it hold. But make no mistake about it, these are the best types of stop hunts. Into green candles. You don't want stop hunts into red. Well, not that you don't want to. Sometimes these play out beautifully. But time is on its side. There's only 28 days left and all. Time was on its side here because in a few days' time it had 3 months left to go higher on this. This has 1 month left to try and fight some bulls. Try and fight the bears, sorry. But this is way better. So with that in mind and with that larger kind of analysis done on it, well, you can see here that these bases, if you want to be trading a base like this or like this, I just made a new educational channel on trading bases. This is not really a full base yet, but it may develop into a full base. But there is something very interesting in the fact that it's red here and dropping down into just above the stop on level, meaning that there could be a buy in around here to try and get a bounce back up. So today is Monday. There's 6 days left. This is red on a Monday. We do know the market can be red on a Monday. So I am going to suggest that maybe it's not best to be buying it today. If it bounces up and flips green today, that's a great sign of strength. But quite often we have a bloody Monday or Tuesday, Monday and Tuesday, and then the rest of the week it can start to recover. So I'm going to suggest the safe option to try and trade it would be, tomorrow, that look for something like this, because ideally, I mean, this is a break. See this candle here? This is a breakup of that range, and if this is a true breakup of the range itself, well, in theory, just like here, dips into here with buys to then go higher again. And these can give, that's a 17% bounce there alone just on that. So if this was to bounce back up in here to even form a lower high along here, it's still a considerable bounce. In a short-term trade. I don't know if you're looking for long-term, short-term, but even up into the top of the range, it's a 16% bounce. So there still is opportunity here as long as this can hold. So by buying, after the news yesterday, the hope is now that we can have a green week. If we're not going to have a green week, that's a little bit strange. I would suggest it's showing weakness if we don't have a green week. So I'm at this point have to say kind of trying to expect that we should have bullishness coming into this week. Yes, Monday, Tuesday may be a little bit bearish, but later in the week it should develop into more bullish action in theory because of the news. If it's not, that's not so good, and we may continue to see some sort of bullish action, and we've got to be a bit careful. But for now, we've got to watch these dips to see if we can get buying opportunities to move higher, and that's how I would trade this. I'm not sure if you're on short term or long term, but this is also down into trying to have a bullish yearly stop hunt. Again, it's not the good yearly stop hunts, right? It has to bounce back and fight the bears to try and flip green on a year again. It's not the good stop hunts, but it's into a major level that it's either do or die time. It's either the bulls are taking over from here or the bears are way too strong and we're going to have a red year. I know there's a long time left in the year, better to take it week by week, quarter by quarter, and see how it develops. But this is no means a bullish candle or anything. It is bounces and knife catching into a bear territory. I always say that the best trades are taking into green candles, just like it was taken into a green candle here. Buying into dips can get you really good entries, but they're also dangerous and not as high probability setups. Just like this is not as high probability setup, but it needs to hold above this green line. So it's not a bad setup, but it is better to be trading into green candles. So on a new quarter, if this does bounce up, it probably will likely give, just like here it bounced up, but even on a new quarter it gave you another opportunity to be buying for a good trade higher. Buying, this is a knife catch by all means. What am I trying to say? It's a knife catch. It's a risky trade is what I'm trying to get at. Not the greatest setup in the fact that it is a knife catch, but knife catches, if you catch them well, can be unbelievable. But you need to be willing to take the risk. So obviously, this is a stop hunt. It needs to hold above the green line, and you need to treat it accordingly, as if that it is a risky trade, and you want to be being careful that it needs to stay above that line, or put your stop below this low or something, or manage it effectively. But it needs to start showing strength here, soon. It's not easy to recover from large drops like this. Okay, I mean this was a large drop, but it was a large drop after an up move, right? There's a difference in it. There's a huge move up. There's a lot of buyers. It gets a retrace and it bounces back up, but the bounce fails and drops. This is down moves, and it's not easy to recover from a bottom. Like I know there was one here, but that was a bullish stop hunt in there as well. I'm just saying it's not that easy to recover here. But this is a monthly candle. It is green. Ideally, this needs to stay green here, and see if it can continue. Again, last thing here, it is into a decent area. This area here needs to hold right in here. This could be a great buying area right here, but it needs to hold, and then the bulls need to take over. It's very beat down. It is getting into that area where the bulls need to step up. So anyway, mate, yeah, I hope it helps.